We got in the first line to begin embarkation at 9:01. Technically, we'd be doing the COVID process and then going on to normal type of what we know is embarkation. The port was serious about wearing masks. $100 fines. Wow. The baggage drop-off area was well stocked with people and carts. They were completely prepared to take care of all of our baggage and get it onto the ship as efficiently as they usually do. Please understand this embarkation process is going to go slower than usual, but NCL and Puerto Rico did a great job. Special needs buses were provided for anybody that had mobility issues. All you had to do was let a porter know and they got you on that bus. All the rest of us were boarding regular buses to go take our COVID tests. No social distancing on the buses. Every spot was full, every row was full, but everybody had to have their mask properly on. From the port, we were taken via bus over to the Sheraton, where Eurofin takes over and will be handling all of our COVID testing up in the ballrooms of the Sheraton. Once you stepped off the bus, there were NCL guides to tell you exactly where to go to keep you in line and keep you contained from the regular guests. Up the escalator, they sent us to the main floor where there are ballrooms. They had set up a whole little dot system, which made everything very organized. You are going to stand in a lot of lines, but they're doing the best they can with as many people as they got to test at one time. This line, you're going to go to the front, and what they want to look at this point is your passport and your COVID vaccine card to see that you actually are that person. At this station, they check the master list to make sure that you're supposed to be on NCL, and they give you your number for your COVID test. Once you get your number, you go to the area where there are COVID tests being given. They were giving tons and tons of tests at the same time. I was amazed at how many stations they had to try to get you moving through the whole process as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Once you finish your COVID test, you come sit in these very precise chairs where you'll fill out 2 sheets of paperwork. One thing to know, they do not provide pens and the internet is not working. So make sure you bring your own pens and that you know your stateroom and your other particular details about your room so you can fill it out on the form because you can't look online. This is the board that is all important that gets you out of this room. You check for the number that you were given with your test on the board. One thing to know is the numbers are not in chronological order on the board. So you have to keep checking all the different lines as they pop up randomly on the board. So once your number shows up on this board, which they're calling the bingo board, you now get to head to the next step and find out your result. When your test number shows up on the board, you go over to a table with the number of the last digit of your test, and they'll tell you your results and hopefully, fingers crossed, give you your pink band, which means that you were negative. Next, you follow all the great NCL employees with their signs to the outside of the Sheraton to line up once again to get back on the buses to head back over to embarkation the way we usually know it. The lines at this point started backing up and started getting a little bit slow, but at least you know you got your pink bands and you're getting on the cruise ship. Many buses arrived back at the embarkation terminal, but they only let us off the buses a couple buses at a time to help crowd control at the beginning of the embarkation check-in process. Once you got off the bus, it was very much like embarkation check-in as we've known it in the past. You got in a line and waited for them to allow you into the building. As you can see, many people were very excited to know that they were negative on COVID and getting a cruise. Once inside the building, the first thing you did, of course, was go through x-ray to make sure you weren't bringing any bad stuff. Then you got in a line. They had Haven separate and everybody else all got in one line and waited to do the normal check-in process with your passports and your COVID cards and your credit cards. Then they led each group separately to the gangplank. We started walking up the gangplank at 11:58, so almost 3 hours to the minute after we arrived for check-in. This video is not the end of our Norwegian Epic experience. Click on our faces so you can subscribe to our channel and not miss out. And click on one of these next videos so you can see what else we experienced in our room, in the restaurants, and on board.